In Chapel Hill, they love to say if the good Lord's not a Tar Heel, why did he make the sky Carolina blue? Glad to have you with us. Kenan Stadium in Chapel Thrill and home to the North Carolina Tar Heels. Today, a clash between a couple of ACC rivals in a game that could have big-time implications for the rest of the season. Pitt lined up, ready for the opening kickoff as we get things underway. On the move from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Tar Heels offense is on the field for the first time today. And there he is. To this team's fans, he is a heroic figure. He is the guy who can lead them to the promised land.
This guy has been in big games, in big moments, and he's delivered for his football team. It never seems like a situation is just too big for him. This obviously is a huge game. I cannot wait to see this guy compete.
Man, that's excellent blocking there on the left side of the line. They were able to get great push, get off the line, create a little bit of crease for that running back.
They just created a wall. He had all kinds of room to run.
I might go back to that one and call that one again. It worked so well.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Hand off from the shotgun. Continuing to turn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48.
I think they called that knowing they weren't going to hit a home run. So why would you call it that? Well, you call it so third down becomes an easier down. It's not third and long where I have to pass the football. Now all options on the table.
Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. The Tar Heels are on the move. Use the play fake, now to throw. Got a man in the middle. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's 1st and goal from the 7. A big gain there as they did a tremendous job working the middle of the field.
Yeah, and if you're going to complete that throw, Reese, quarterback's got to play with anticipation. You've got to get it.
And he's sprinting. He'll take it all the way. Touchdown, North Carolina! Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Vaughn. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. So the Pitt Panthers offense will go to work for the first time today. And how about this matchup of a couple of guys who just don't get tired and don't mind being handed the football, Jesse?
And I love this matchup, too, because in modern football, it's all about throwing the ball and spread and tempo and air raid offenses. Let's go back to toting the rock, old school, 2 of the best running backs in the business here.
And the defenses now, like, they know the challenge. They know these guys are going to tote it. They got to be physical, committing guys to the box, not letting these running backs have success today.
Off the play fake. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Picked off. Looking for more room. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Not the start this kid was looking for. Very first pass of the day gets picked off. This is a defense that's got a lot of ball hawks on the back end, and he's got to be real careful with his eyes, not telegraph throws like he did right there. He's going to have to settle in.
Right, how about this offense? You think of this offense, you think of throwing the football and top 10 passing in all of college football, but the defense knew something, right? Like you could tell they were going to come out and run the football. They brought out the goal line, brought in some big boys, and really was ready for the run on that play.
And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. They're in the red zone, 1st and 10 from the 20. Use the play fake, now to throw. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. They'll run it out of the shotgun.
I like feeding my guy. I like getting my running back touches, feeding the ball so he can break some of those big runs, but I'm also okay with these little ones. Set the tone, stay balanced.
If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. Touchdown, UNC! And they made it to the house where they found that 6 points waiting on them. And the extra point makes it 14-0. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And the score comes on a 17-yard throw for the touchdown. He'll bring it out. It's Vaughn. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. The Pitt offense back on the field and ready to roll. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Pressure coming. And it's incomplete on third down.
And this offense coming out slow, man. Kind of frustrating because you had that bye week last week. What do? You go back and self-scout, look at yourself. What can I do better? And then you come out in the first quarter and you're not playing great out the gates. They got to find themselves in a little rhythm, knock off some of that bye week rust.
The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. The North Carolina offense returns to the field. Jesse, a very productive drive last time, wound up with a touchdown.
Yeah, mixing and matching play calling really well. Nice balance on that last one, Dave. Let's see what they can do here in this next drive.
Yeah, and I don't expect anything different. When you put together a drive like that, I would do more of the same. Keep the pace, keep it going.
Line getting set on second down. He's looking to throw. Fires to the wideout. Just flying through the air like a superhero to make the grab.
Man, I love those guys that are willing to put their body on the line, and he does it right here, man. Just lays out. That ball's coming in. You can see it from several yards out, making that play, laying out, keeping the football from touching the turf. Great concentration, great effort by the receiver.
Determined effort to pick up 6 and get it inside the red zone and down to the 16. 6-yard pickup on first down leaves him with 2nd and 4. The inside handoff.
And if I'm the running back, I'm going to be like, listen, O-line, can you give me something? Can you give me some space to try to make somebody miss and not have another guy right next to me? I'm giving the offensive line an earful. I need some holes, need some space up front. They got to do a better job.
On third down, he drops to throw. He makes the catch at the end zone. Touchdown, Tar Heels. No mid-season concentration laps here in Week 7 as they push out that lead. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Two very different emotions inside the locker rooms of these teams who did battle today. Washington State was able to come away with a hard-fought victory in Pullman. It wasn't one coaches will point to the rest of the way as a perfect 60 minutes of ball, but it is a step in the right direction. A lot to go through in the film session this week for both teams, but boy, it sure is going to be easier for the side that came away with the win.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. He's got it downfield for a huge gain. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. First down here for the offense. Now the play fake. He's going to let one fly down the middle. It's complete. A huge pickup. And an explosive play has him on the move, and he gets it all the way to the 48-yard line. From the shotgun, the inside give.
Now that's what you're trying to do as a defense. Limit those damages when they run the football. Get them on the ground, short gains to set your defense for positive situations down the road.
A little pre-snap eye candy for the defense. Swings it out to the flat. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
You know, this linebacker is a special player because not only is he good making tackles in the open field, this guy can cover, and you saw a great example of it with that running back.
Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. From the gun, wants to pass. Still looking, on the move. Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact.
Nice job. Nice way to end that play for the QB. He does a really good job scrambling, getting the first down, and getting down. Because defensively, I'm trying to get a lick. Anytime I can hit the quarterback, that is a win.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Not many hiccups on this drive, but it's 2nd and 13 now. He's looking to throw. Safe completion on the screen. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Yeah, he got nothing. He got no gain. Great job by the defense understanding the situation, understanding, they're not trying to block me. They're trying to make me run upfield. No, sir. Good job being smart, gap sound, not letting the screen beat him. Nowhere to go.
The quarterback scrambled around, but the defense able to scramble him and turn it into a sack. Not sure exactly what led to that, whether the protection wasn't right or the quarterback just didn't see it, but the result was a negative play and a sack.
Well, one thing I do know is that quarterback had no chance to get that ball downfield. That pocket was breaking down, and it was breaking down quickly. There were just too many bodies in that backfield for the QB to make anything happen.
Both teams made no secret. They wanted to target their big play receivers, and they've done just that in the first. Pitt will line up to punt it away. Way back in his own territory as he hauls it in. Never had a chance. What coverage to get down there and knock him down inside the 10. North Carolina has it back, and the Tar Heels so pleased to send the offense back out. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute it.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
He'll pitch it. Forges ahead. Picks up about 3 to the 29.
The run game just has not been working for this offense all game long. You saw it on that last play as well. Just not getting enough push up front on the offensive line. They haven't been physical enough.
Tackle is made, but not until he gets the first down. And the Tar Heels come to the line with a new set of downs. 325. On the option. And he's ridden to the ground, but there's also a flag down. Let's check the call.
Hold it.
Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. Looking for a productive play on first down. Unloads to the wideout. What a snag by the defense. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
And that's got to feel good, and that's a play this young man is never going to forget. His first interception of the season. Great job reading the QB's eyes and getting to the football.
They'll throw it on first down. He wants to go deep. He makes the catch. And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Pitt.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
And he splits the uprights on the extra point. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. On the run from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The North Carolina offense returns to the field. Boy, they hope this next drive is more productive after throwing a pick last time, Jesse.
Yeah, and the coaches did a good job on the sideline there, just talking to the young quarterback and making sure he's able to turn the page, calm him down, to go out and refocus this drive.
Yeah, and some people do that better than others, but you got to show some trust in him. Maybe get the ground game going, help around him a little bit with this system.
Quick release by the QB. Knocked down after a short game, but enough to move those chains.
And a great job by the QB finding the running back, get in the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the first down.
Throws to the wideout. Got his man downfield. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49.
This offense is clicking, and clearly everything is working. The offensive coordinator's calling good plays. The quarterback and his unit is executing. In this defense right now, they have no answers.
Got his man to the left. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. Fresh set of downs after the completion. They're trying to get to it. It's on target and complete. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2.
If you're going to attack and have success against man coverage, then you've got to have great timing between the quarterback and the wide receiver. Really nice rapport. You can tell these two have been spending a lot of time this offseason throwing to one.
I love when players understand situations and they understand where the first down marker is and they understand where I got to get to. A lot of people you'll see run north-south and try to bounce out wide.
Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24. Big loss on the last play threatens to knock this drive off course. It's 2nd and 16. Pocket starts to collapse. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be 3rd down. This will be the 8th play of the drive, but a great opportunity for the defense to get off the field. Soft spot in the middle. So close to that end zone. He can almost taste it, but it'll be 1st and goal for this offense. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost, trying to defend their own end zone. Trying to get to it. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
It's just a tremendous effort on defense, understanding the situation, right? Offense has the ball in a goal-to-go situation. Someone's got to win and go get the quarterback, and the defense came up big.
Oh, goes right through his hands, and he will think about that one for a while. It'll be 3rd down.
You're not going to see that happen too often. The quarterback, man, he was licking his chops. He saw a big space in the middle of the field. He had his best receiver there ready to make a play, and he dropped it.
Get it out on the screen, and they're able to make the tackle. It's 4th down, and they'll try the field goal. That is no good. Missed the field goal, missed the chance to make it a 3-possession game, but still a 14-point lead, guys. The Pittsburgh offense is back on the field. The last time they had it, they took it down the field for a touchdown. They can build some confidence that they could go back-to-back scoring drives here.
Yeah, and remember, it's not uncommon for offenses to find themselves as the game goes on. They had some things not go their way early, but they found something last drive, David. Let's see if they can build on it.
Yeah, you just pick and pick and pick until you find that place where you're like, okay, this is an advantage I have. They've clearly found that dude. They score here, we're in for a ball game.
Release to the back. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep.
Man, and that's a big missed opportunity for the running back. I'm trying to find ways to feature this guy and get him the football in space and not just hand it to him all the time. And tell you what, I'm a lot less likely to find those plays if he can't reel in those catches.
Got out of trouble and throws. Complete out of the backfield. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the 1st down marker. Pitt will have to boot this one away. Fair catch called for and made. North Carolina has it back, and the Tar Heels so pleased to send the offense back out. We talk about settling for points, but sometimes when you have to settle for nothing, David, it can be demoralizing.
Yeah, and it can definitely be frustrating. And I think it leads you to say maybe I can go for it more. But, Jesse, I think this offense just needs to put another drive together and just finish stronger.
Yeah, and be a little bit less predictable, too, especially as they get closer and closer down to the end zone.
Receiver looks it in. It's complete.
And in this offense, you know, as a quarterback, you're going to get opportunities to put up some pretty big numbers. You've been impressed watching this guy play early this year. With that last pass completion, he's now already over 2,000 yards on the season.
Got rid of it quickly, but it's incomplete. If they don't pick up this third down, let's see if they trust their field goal kicker after the miss on the last drive. They go to the draw. Working their way closer and closer. A third down conversion, and they've got it at the 26.
This is an offense that leads the nation in first downs because there's so many different ways they can attack you. They're versatile. They could throw it. They could run it. They've got so much balance, and that's what makes them so hard to stop.
Back open in the middle. And into the end zone. Touchdown, North Carolina! And they take it in for 6 more points. Man, did he get walloped on that play.
He did. He got smashed, but what happened? He got the touchdown. That's all that matters. I don't care if I get hit. Coach, I got me a touchdown.
On to attempt the try. And they knock through the extra point, and they're up 28-7. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Florida Atlantic has the lead right now, but if this team has taught us anything over the years, it's that no lead is safe there in Boca Raton. They're up by 13 over UCF. We are the eyes and ears of the college football fan, and we've got you covered all day here in studio, guys.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. The offense lining up for a first down play. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Got his man. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a first down. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. Fires to the wideout. And the ball is picked off. Not a lot of room on the return, but he'd already gotten the most important thing, the ball, and they have it at the 46.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
Receiver wasn't ready for the throw, incomplete. After the misfire, now on second down. Trying play action. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and third down is coming.
Love the physicality of this secondary on defense. That defender got to the football, was able to separate the receiver from the ball, and did it legally. Beautiful job.
Unloads to the wideout. He's got it. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds.
Love the individual effort by the wide receiver after the catch, making people miss, showing you the speed. Now he set up his offense down in the red zone.
From the red zone, looking for a space. Now improvising. Complete. And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play. The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. He's looking to throw. Got rid of it in a hurry, but he couldn't find his man. It's incomplete. That last incomplete pass has him staring at a 3rd and 3. On 3rd and short, they keep it on the ground here. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Keep the foot on the pedal if you're on offense here. You got that yardage. Yeah, you didn't get the first down, but you've set yourself up now to go for it here and keep this drive alive.
The offense will quickly use a timeout.
Timeout, North Carolina.
Final seconds of the first half, and they'll try to put up 3. It's good. And the field goal to end the half takes us to halftime.
That makes the score North Carolina 31-7.
That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Thanks, guys. What a scene there in Chapel Hill. What a fine performance we've seen. And there is no better place to start this halftime than by reviewing how this wideout has been a one-man wrecking crew. The kid's been everywhere. And I love how he's willing to go across the middle, but that he also has the jets to burn these DBs on the deep ball. If this defense wants to actually come back in this one, they better hide his cleats.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The PITT offense back on the field and ready to roll. They come into this third quarter with a lot of work they need to get done.
Yeah, and it starts with this possession. And I'm going piece by piece. I know this is coach speaking, very simple. I score, I get a stop, I score. I can get back in this game, but it's got to be one drive at a time.
It's going to have to be, but I think the mindset offensively is we're probably going to have to score every time we get it because our defense has been struggling. They have not been getting a lot of stops, so this is a critical drive here for this offense.
They go to the ground. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
And I can't tell you how much I love seeing corners being willing to come up and tackle. That is so huge for a defense. You can't olay blocks and create space. You can't just hang out on the outside. You got to go set that edge.
And conversely, I can't tell you how much I hate it when receivers don't want to block. You got to do a better job on the perimeter. It's not going to be enough in this offense just to catch passes. You've got to go execute your assignment. That corner should have been blocked, and they should have gotten a bigger gain on that outside run.
Off the bootleg to buy a little space. Gets rid of it. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a fourth down. PITT will line up to punt it away. He's getting a lot of work. Fourth time he's punted tonight. He'll field the punt and try to get some yardage. He couldn't find much running room there. Didn't get a lot of blocking, and he'll step out of bounds. The North Carolina offense returns to the field. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
Yeah, I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. Generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So let's see if they can be a little bit more physical on this drive.
Yeah, and listen, the offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production. But listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you a spark. Maybe this gets you some energy. Maybe we'll see a little bit more life from this defense.
Yeah, they may not win the game, but I think this defensive coaching staff at this point, based on how this game has gone, they're just trying to find things to build off of. Maybe that's something they can point to as they get ready for their next opponent of things they did right, things that they got to do more consistently moving forward.
Looking to take a shot. And that one's incomplete. They were just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's fourth down. The Tar Heels will punt this one away. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. Signals for the fair catch and makes it at the 20. The Pittsburgh offense is back on the field. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. He's looking to throw. Fires to the wideout. He's got it. And the tackle is made, but not before. That completion gets him 30-plus. You get a play like that, and you feel like you can go in and finish the deal. It'll be 1st and 10 from just inside the 50. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Yeah, that's kind of surprising. And we talked about this before the game. One of the big matchups. Run the football against a defense that's been susceptible against the run throughout the season. But this offense just can't find a way to get it going. And I'm surprised, but now what's your counterpunch? How are you going to get the ground game going? Because so far, not a lot of success.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job increasing it. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
And he scoots his way to the first down and then slides to avoid the hit.
Great players like this just do a good job of making you pay. And if you want to drop back and play coverage, that's fine. He can scramble around, buy time, beat you down the field, but
he'll take a shot. Reels it in the end zone. Touchdown, Panthers.
You know, quarterbacks and receivers, they develop confidence and chemistry as the game goes on. These two right now are definitely on the same page.
He'll make his way in for the 2, and now they're down by 16. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
31, hit, 15.
Looking for blockers. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. North Carolina has it back, and the Tar Heels so pleased to send the offense back out. They missed an opportunity to extend this lead the last time they had it, Jesse.
Yeah, they got to be able to regain that momentum, right? Go back to what was working earlier on in this one. And, David, to me, that starts with being the more physical team.
No, I definitely agree. Being the more physical team, but understanding the situation of the game. You're still winning. You got the football back. Now put a nice drive together and execute.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. On third down, going up top. Caught, close to the marker, it's Crawford. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play. And the Tar Heels will have it 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Quickly out to the tight end. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the 1st. They'll line up for a 2nd down play. He's looking to throw. Got his man on the right. And they wrap him up, but not before he gets enough on the catch for the 1st down. The Tar Heels have this offense rolling. Wants to throw on 1st down. Moves around to clear up the vision. And he tries to get away, but he cannot. He's taken down. He'll lose a couple. They gave up the sack on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and 11. He's looking to throw. And here's a fumble way behind the line. Defense coming up with a huge fumble recovery. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
You know, as quarterbacks, you've got to be good in the pocket. Even when things are collapsing and you've got guys swiping at it, you've got to have 2 hands on the football. Didn't do a really good job with ball security there, and that led...
And that is interception number 3 on the day. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. And the senior just snatched the ball out of the air and gave it back to his offense.
Have a day, young fella. 2 interceptions already? That's 3, 4, 5, 6 games for some people. A hot start, catching the football. He's acting like he's playing wide receiver out there. I might think about trying a different DB.
Brought down at the 31 after a pickup of 10 yards on that one. And they'll line up from the 31 on 1st down. Motion from the offense. Comes out throwing on 1st down. Unloads to the wideout. Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch. They've come out with answers on this possession, and now another 1st down. He's going to pass. Looking to the big tight end. Got him downfield. And he was off to the races. Finally tripped up at the 36. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. The give on the inside. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
2nd down.
Guys, we've reached the end of the period, and North Carolina's on top. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. 2nd down here as they go back to work after the break. Off play action. A shot toward the end zone. And they can't hook up. Going for the big play on 2nd down. Now it's 3rd down.
sometimes as a quarterback, when you're feeling a rhythm and you're feeling yourself, you just want to keep taking shots, right? This guy's already thrown 3 touchdown passes. He saw a look he liked, decided to let her fly. Haven't seen a lot of balls falling complete, especially deep down the field. That one did, but I'd expect this guy to keep letting it go.
Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the second half. It's 1st and 10. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach. And after the incompletion on 1st down, this offense looking at 2nd down. They'll go to the ground. And excellent vision to find running room there and make a really good pickup before the defense put a stop to it. And the Tar Heels have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling.
I think you have to like what you see if you're the coaching staff here. Your offense is on the field, and it looks like you got a pretty good drive going, and you're just going to try and keep this thing marching, keep the clock ticking. You've got a really nice lead here late.
Touchdown, UNC! And the beatdown has ensued. That score will give them a little more room to operate here in the 4th quarter as they go for their 6th straight win.
It's another good decision by the quarterback. You've got to be impressed here. On that one, he finds his tight end, but all game long, whether it's receivers or running backs or tight ends, wherever the best one-on-one matchup has been, he's been able to take advantage of it, and that's why they've been able to score so many points.
Looks as if the returner will try and field this one. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Pitt offense back on the field and ready to roll. Well, let's see if this drive goes better than the last one. They were in and out quickly after the quick pick, David.
Yeah, first play, big mistake, man. Now, let's get this offense in a little bit.
And a sack all the way back at the 5.
You know, David, I love defenses that stay aggressive, especially at this point of the field. They've got pass rushers on this unit with speed and that are aggressive, and they can win one-on-one, and you saw it right there.
And there's 2 thought processes when I'm a defense and I got them backed up is I am stopping the run, not allowing them to have any space, but also understanding this is also a shot part of the field. Like, it's going to be a run, or a lot of times that ball is going to be a deep ball thrown down the sideline because you'll get man-to-man. Nice job by the defense applying pressure, getting the sack, now putting them in a bad situation backed up close to their own end zone.
Getting some heat. Pass is incomplete, but there is a flag, and the D might have been a little too rough on the quarterback there. I bet it felt good to hit that quarterback late until you got an earful from the coach and cost your defense 15. The offense will gladly take a fresh set of downs after the penalty. Looking to move it through the air. Finds his tight end. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. Offense gets set for 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Gets it to the back. He almost picked up the 1st down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. These are the types of plays where offenses impose their will. 3rd and short from the 45. Looking to throw for it. Gets it out quickly. Solid work and execution there. They'll have a 1st down as they mark it at the 40.
He's been a matchup problem all season long. Defenses just don't know how to solve the puzzle. And with that last catch, over 500 yards receiving now on the year for him.
Going up top on 1st down. And the quarterback is snowed under.
That's not Lamar Jackson back there scrambling around. This is a guy the defense felt like if we can get him out of the pocket and flush him, we can get after him and chase him, bring him down. And they did that one pretty easy there, getting the sack.
He wants to throw here on 2nd down. Got his man. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the 1st down.
Well, here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed it.
Another interception. This guy just can't find his own players. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's pass, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
Quick pass on the jet motion. You're not getting him on the ground, still on his feet. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. Line gets set, first down. Out of the gun, the running back has it. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. And now on second down for this offense. The play action fake. Fires downfield. It's caught downfield. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. A third down play coming from the 32 as they try to keep the drive going. Steps away to find some room. He gets the job done, picking up the first down, then getting down. The Tar Heels come to the line with a fresh set of downs. On the option. Now the toss. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Tar Heels. And the route is on. They give themselves just a little more cushion as they close in on extending this winning run. And he tacks on the extra point. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the returner will be knocked down. The Pittsburgh offense is back on the field. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense.
He hurls one deep down the left side. Oh, and he gets downfield for the big catch. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped.
Get set, get set.
He'll come out throwing on first down. Fires to the wideout. Complete downfield. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Trying to find his man on first down. Firing to the right, complete.
And this offense is going to have to find more explosive plays. And it can't just rely on the dink and dunk. It's going to have to find itself and score more points. Listen, they got beat up today. But moving on in the future, they've got some good pieces. They got to find a way to fit them together, create some explosive plays on this offense, because today they've been lacking.
They pick up the first down on the drag route. I know that seems like a simple route, but it's actually a lot more complex than what it looks like, because that route changes based on whether it's man or zone. If it's man coverage, he's flying across the field. If it's zone, he's...
And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21.
Man, is that just indictment of the day. Your quarterback getting drilled late in the football game. This offense has sputtered. They haven't found any kind of good rhythm. They haven't done things that really gives your coach confidence and makes you want to believe in them. This offense...
And he feels the heat coming, and it burns him up. Another sack.
The defense puts the exclamation point on the day. They have had a wonderful day, man. Doing everything great. You could tell they were dialed into what was going on, and now just throw another sack in the equation, hitting the quarterback, being disruptive. They've been all over the field.
Trying to pick up the first out of the backfield. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. We're at the midway point of the season, and after the showing they delivered today, this team is firing on all cylinders through Week 7.
We've been talking a lot about this team, but you want to...